Hello, everybody. My name is Ernie, and this is my studio project presentation. This is an elementary school located in Brooklyn, New York. I'm going to be going over the site, the neighborhood, some precedent projects, and then I'll get into the project. I'll talk about the design process, and then I'll talk about some of the technical aspects of it. So the neighborhood is Gowanus, Brooklyn, New York. This neighborhood historically has been a manufacturing hub. Uh, Lately, it has shifted to more of a residential neighborhood. A lot of these industrial and warehouse buildings are being turned into lofts, apartments, art studios, and galleries. This neighborhood has attracted a lot of creatives and artists, which have really transformed the fabric of the neighborhood. Um, it's also attracted a lot of young people, young couples. So it's also become a very family-friendly neighborhood, which is why I'm proposing an elementary school. Um, our project site is surrounded by the canal on one side and then street on the other side. Uh, there's light manufacturing still going on within proximity, but most of what we see is residential townhomes, apartments, and retail. So as far as transit, there is a bus stop that is 4 minutes away walking and a train station that is 8 minutes away walking. And this is our current site. Right now, it's a concrete manufacturing facility. Unfortunately, this site is pretty toxic. The canal itself, because of the years of manufacturing, has become pretty toxic for people. And this site, being a concrete manufacturing site, also adds more toxicity to it. So I looked at the Green Dot Charter School for my precedent study. I like that they put all the admin and communal spaces downstairs, and then they put all the learning units upstairs and kind of use the same floor plan for all the levels above. They use vertical, horizontal louvers, and they also used an entire wall facing south, made up of solar panels. I also looked at some local projects to New York, the New School in SOM. I like this particular type of cladding that they use. And then I looked at the Diana Center, which has these floating corridors. A local project, not a school, but a museum for kids here in Dallas. It's the Peru Museum. I like how they have this courtyard where the building kind of wraps around it and it adds privacy, security, but it doesn't feel oppressive. So this is located in a flood zone. That's something to keep in mind. The weather in Brooklyn in the summertime is warm, humid, and wet, and in the winter is very cold, snowy, and windy. So I came up with this initial massing, a tower, further learning units, admin downstairs, cafeteria next to it with a rooftop on top, green roof on top, and then a parking garage. I didn't have room for a gym, so it made sense structurally to put it on top of the parking garage. Then I wanted to make sure that I had room for a courtyard. So this is my framework. All of the learning spaces, which are in blue, they would all be in second, third, and fourth floor, as well as the gym. And then first floor would be all admin and extracurriculars and communal spaces. This is the project side. Biggest challenge was adding a drop-off location for deliveries, bus, and for parents to drop off their kids. There's limited street area. The bridge actually starts about right here, so that makes it even smaller. But I decided to add this driveway for parents to drop off their kids, and then I managed to put in a location for bus stops and deliveries. So this is the site. The courtyard has picnic tables, playgrounds, the green roof upstairs, which can be accessed through this stair. Also has picnic tables and just open space where kids can play and, you know, uh, be out in green spaces. Parking garage downstairs, and then the gym upstairs. So this is my first floor. So as I mentioned, this would be my main entrance, and like I said, this would be my admin spaces. There's a clerk that welcomes you in. There's windows. They kind of let people in. These doors would be locked and secured. Space for a nurse, VP, principal, counselor. Then we have this ad auditorium, which is open and it also serves as a lobby in a sense. There's this stage and a green room next to it. Here, art, music with the stage, same dimensions as the main one for practicing. Special education downstairs for accessibility, library, media room. All of these face the canal. So it asks for inspiration and, time for reflection. And then I have here the teacher's lounge with two restrooms for staff, one for sped. Here is parking garage, cafeteria, kitchen, serving, receiving, courtyard. This is the reflective ceiling plan. Each area is served by a different packaged rooftop unit. Um, Typical classroom, cafeteria, library, hallway, music with the stage, art, media, gymnasium, auditorium, teacher's lounge, floating corridor. This is what it would look like during the day. This is what it would look like at night for after school presentations, cafeteria, gymnasium, courtyard. This is the second floor. This is where we start to see the learning units. Each floor has two different grades. This is kindergarten and first grade. Each grade has three classrooms. There's a restroom that serves each floor. There's an elevator, emergency stairs. This one has a terrace, access to the gym itself. The gym has an office and then the green roof. Uh, Here's my third floor. This is all classrooms. Third and fourth are similar, except for the restrooms in this hallway leading to the floating corridor that changes. Um, and then my roof plan with my RTUs. All of these crickets point water towards the downspouts. There's a terrace, green roof. And this RTU is on the second floor, same as green roof, and it's covered by screen wall. So this is my elevation, front elevation. Materials are used, metal screen wall for the RTUs, a Muntz metal shingles horizontal band. I added this pattern to pay homage to the Gowanus name of the neighborhood. Gowanus is believed to be a tribal leader that used to inhabit this area. And then curtain wall, glazing, metal panels, brick, and cast in place concrete walls for the courtyard. This is rear side elevation, facing the canal and side elevation on the other side. Exterior perspectives, courtyard, green roof. These are some renders, terrace. These are more renders. This is the floating corridor. This is the entrance, this parking garage entrance. My section, so we can see the auditorium here and all the learning spaces. My transfer section, cafeteria, learning spaces, restrooms, gender neutral. This is my structure and vertical cores. So the vertical cores are the stairway shaft and the elevator shaft. The rest is metal construction. The foundations have a deep foundation system because we're in a floodplain zone. Then we have metal construction with concrete over metal deck floors, and then the Muntz metal shingles facade, and then the TPO low slope roof. For my passive systems, I am using different things such as a green roof to mitigate the heat island effect. We're also able to collect stormwater and reuse that in the building. The parking garage is located on this side, which also helps with wind that comes from the northwest. There's vertical shading on the west elevation. There are light shelves on the south elevation, bringing in light. And then we also have fencing for protection so kids don't go into the canal, but also blocks wind. This is my section perspective, all the systems working together. And then this is just some system integration diagrams, shingled cladding, kind of acts as a shading device as well. Classrooms have operable windows and they have clerestories, adding light into the double loaded corridors. So this is my typical classroom with the light shelves, more sections, enlarged partial elevation. I have more sections that I created for each type of wall. This one's for the metal panels, brick veneer, and the cast in place concrete wall. So this is my project. I really enjoy working on it and sharing a little bit about the neighborhood, precedent projects I looked at, the project itself, and some of the technical aspects of it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you.